Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Tibbs. I'm the president of HAPevolve, and I'm really excited to have with me today for our edition of Solutions Spotlights, Amanda Brown, who is a senior vice president and one of our longstanding industry partners, XFERALL. Amanda, thank you so much for taking some time with me today.
Thank you, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here.
Could you share just a little bit, high level, what is XFERALL and what it is that you all do?
Absolutely. Thank you, Joe. So a little bit more about XFERALL. We are a healthcare technology company that has developed and it's providing a solution that improves the care coordination process. A lot of the work that we're doing here at XFERALL is really reducing a lot of that administrative burden that is put on the clinicians that they're spending doing a lot of calls and faxing, and we provide a real-time care coordination network that clinically matches patients to the care that's needed and facilitates that care coordination process to get them accepted and transferred into a facility.
Amanda, one of the things that we hear a lot about as we work with hospitals in Pennsylvania, and also we're hearing this a little bit across the country, is there are certainly resource constraints and capacity constraints within the system. But oftentimes there are available spaces for patients to go that are appropriate. They're just having a really hard time finding them and discharging them at the appropriate level of care. Can you walk me through a little bit about how XFERALL's technology helps alleviate some of those burdens?
So the technology is drastically shifting from even just in the last few years, and XFERALL has been at that forefront with care coordination technology centered around real-time care coordination. Over the past 20 plus years, the clinicians that once a patient has been identified that they need to be transferred in place, they traditionally are making using phone technology, going down a list, calling those behavioral health hospital providers, seeing if they have a bed available and can take that patient, usually followed by a fax of the patient's assessment. The technology with XFERALL provides real-time care location, provides the ability to exchange that clinical assessment, not through faxing. So behavioral health hospitals get that in an intake queue within the matter of seconds. So no longer a page a minute for a fax to come in. No longer is it going through a rotation based on this blasting to multiple numbers. They're able to get the information needed to evaluate the clinical acceptance of that patient and be able to provide you a real-time response. So you can then determine if they either have capacity or they don't. And then you move on, and you can continue to work through this built-out XFERALL network that links you in to all behavioral health providers for real-time care coordination. So the technology is completely shifting to real-time digital care coordination.
Can you navigate or talk through us a little bit about some of the particular complexities when it comes to supporting behavioral health patients, especially from a general acute care hospital perspective?
Absolutely. So as we think about a lot of the difficulties that hospitals are faced with, it really is around this flood of patients that have nowhere to go. They don't know where to go. So often they go to the front door of the hospital, of the emergency department. A lot of the complexities are around having one clinical staff that can come in and do assessments that are trained and equipped. So often hospital emergency departments are not staffed with the resources. And so they're often reliant on communicating and collaborating with community mental health resources and crisis teams that have been assigned to their county. So they're often having to then call those resources that are then having to transport in and then go through an assessment. Meanwhile, the patient is sitting in that emergency department bed. And so that complexity of a lot of individuals involved in that process, which is needed, creates added steps in the process. And so being able to think about the work that XFERALL is doing and how we can help support is we actually bridge the community crisis teams, the hospital clinicians, and the behavioral health providers through our XFERALL Net link all together in that care collaboration process. And so it eliminates a lot of that call back and forth to the crisis teams, the community mental health, and be able to really streamline that process that's complex. It's not an easy workflow to be able to manage for these clinicians that are used to triaging a patient and either getting them out of their emergency departments home or triaging them and that patient gets admitted to the acute hospital.
Right. What is it that you are seeing as you work with clients in terms of changing the lives of patients and helping them get the care they need?
So thank you, Joe. So one of the areas that really drives a lot of the work that we do is really the impact to our community, our patients, and ensuring that they have access to the care that they need across every, communication, all the work that we're doing. We constantly are asking ourselves, how will this improve patients' lives? How will this improve the caregivers, their family members, our communities? And so a lot of the work we do is centered around that mission of improving that access, improving the quality of life for individuals that need to get to care in a timely manner so they can get better.
Well, Amanda, on behalf of HAPevolve, I wanted to say thank you for your ongoing partnership with us, and also say thank you for helping educate me and hopefully our viewers a little bit more around some of the complexities of behavioral health challenges that facing hospitals. For those of you that are watching this video and like to learn more about TransFerAll, feel free to contact any one of the HAPevolve staff, or their information is going to be in the description down below. But Amanda, once again, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Joe. It was a pleasure to speak with you today and to really see how we can best support the hospitals across Pennsylvania and the communities. Thank you.